I'd like to welcome everybody out to our essential oil spotlight class tonight, and we have a very special essential oil on guard, the
On Guard.
protective blend. And so Jade's going to share with us all about On Guard.
Okay, so On Guard is our protective blend, and it's very popular. So we have a few people on our call today. I just want to know what you guys think of it, how you use it, and if you have any cool stories about your On Guard.
Especially when the flu was going around, I was diffusing it and putting it right next to my return air vent to make sure it went through all of my vents in my house.
That's really smart. Yep.
And I actually use it in my oil pulling.
Yeah, that's really good. I didn't even put oil pulling on here, but
That's a very good idea.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that.
Last week I felt like I was coming down with something, so I just switched out and put On Guard in my drinking water.
Yeah, and you had a bit of a toothache too, so
that's right.
You did that. Awesome. Anybody else?
JT has used On Guard. He had like strep throat. I don't know what the PC way to call it that is. But anyways, he had strep throat, and he used On Guard on like a Q-tip with thyme and oregano and just like swabbed it. And he was like all in, and it actually went away within 3 days. So I was like, wow.
That's great. A little Q-tip. Just drink it.
Imagine he had red throat with the oregano.
Yeah. So
worth it. Us guys, we like to burn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said that it like made him almost throw up every time. But I mean, strep throat gone in 3 days. What else is going to do that? So.
Yeah. Wow. That's so exciting to know that you can take care of yourself and do it so quickly. Get it done. Yeah.
We actually are diffusing it. Our dogs have bad allergies, and it actually says that you have to diffuse it 2 or 3 times a day to like stop that. So we started doing that because that pollen is out, and they walk outside and then they lick their paws, and all of a sudden their eyes swell up and stuff. So just like it is for people, it's the same thing for them. And so we've been having it going for them by their kennels.
I love that. I love that because we have so many pet lovers, and I don't have that experience. But thank you so much for sharing that, Stacey. So I want Linda to share when she first started, and she shared an On Guard beadlet, teeny tiny little beadlet with her son. You want to share that story? So fun.
Sure. I think it was like the day before, I had a sore throat, and I took one of the On Guard beadlets, just one beadlet, and it made the sore throat go away right away. And usually when I start to get sick, that's how I start off, is with a sore throat, and I could feel something starting. And so I took the On Guard beadlet, and it went away. And then I went to get my hair done the next day at my son's salon, and he was working my hair, and he was saying how bad he was feeling. And as the day went on, it was getting worse. And I told him, I said, well, I tried these beadlet last night, and it made my sore throat go away right away. And I said, if you want to, you can try it. So I said, maybe you might want to take 2 because he's much larger than I am. So he took 2, and maybe half an hour later, he's going, what is that? I have to have some of that. He goes, I already start feeling better. He said, I've been feeling miserable all day, and I'm already feeling better. He goes, I got to get some of that. So now he carries the On Guard beadlets all the time, and so do I. I don't go any place without it.
Oh, that's awesome. I was just so tickled with that story. I'm like, just do little teeny tiny beadlets. Did the job.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much for your stories, guys. So just in summary, On Guard's great for protecting, as you can hear all the stories, and it's immune boosting. It helps clean the air, very powerful. Skin clearing and cleansing. Okay, it's great for oral health, all sorts of concerns in the mouth and teeth and gums. It helps with urinary tract. Helps with cellular health, okay, and helps with energy. And then emotionally, it helps you feel protected and emotional protection. Okay, so that's our On Guard. Super popular, one of the best-selling oils in doTERRA. Okay, so it's made up of these oils: orange peel, clove bud, cinnamon leaf. Did you know that? Cinnamon leaf, not cinnamon bark. Oh, well, cinnamon bark too, but there's cinnamon leaf, eucalyptus leaf, and rosemary. So those 6 oils make up our On Guard blend. And this is so powerful. They have a range of products. So I'm going to scroll down here really quickly. So we have the foaming hand wash. We have toothpaste. You know, my uncle, he's so funny. He buys 10 toothpaste a month, and he goes around and he delivers it to all the aunts and the uncles that don't have a doTERRA membership yet, and they buy a few off him. So when we have family gatherings, you know, he'll bring a bag of On Guard toothpaste and hand it to people who ordered. So I went to Ohio last week, and I had my On Guard throat drops in my purse, and I took one each time I got on the plane. And we have the On Guard cleaning concentrate, detergent, laundry detergent, and hand sanitizers and beadlets. So like Linda was saying, there's itty bitty little beadlets. They're like 1 drop of the On Guard oil blend, but it's so effective. So, you know, keep it with you, because, you know, when the onset happens and you're irritated and you're uncomfortable, it's so nice to have something there to numb it, and then you know that you're taking good care of yourself. And, you know, it won't spread by the time you get home, right? So if you're at work all day, you're thinking, oh my gosh, my throat. Yeah. So Ben, you want to tell this story?
Okay, so I don't know if you guys are aware of the history of where this blend came from. Do you guys know this history?
About the bubonic plague? Yep.
Well, this blend is not something that just recently people came up with. So it comes from, I guess, legend, because, you know, there are different accounts of it that vary from little bits. But the story goes that in the 15th century, around Europe, particularly in France, the time the bubonic plague was killing a lot of people. There were 4 thieves who were robbing dead bodies of people who died of the plague, and they were never contracted the disease themselves. So when French authorities finally caught up with these criminals, they offered them a deal. They said for a leniency in their sentence, they would exchange for the knowledge of, you know, what specific herbal blend that they were using to help them steer clear of the plague. And that's the precursor to On Guard. So you see these guys with the beaks. You see some, I don't know if you've seen that before, where they'll put the doctors, when they go to work with people that have been infected, they'll put these herbs and stuff in that beak, so they're breathing in the fumes of these herbs, and it helps to cleanse all of the impurities in the air. And so I've always thought that that's kind of a powerful story of, you know, and nowadays we have Melaleuca in the blend as well. So
eucalyptus.
And they're more concentrated and powerful, because the active constituents are you know how we always tell people it's essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than the herbs. So, you know, removing.
That's even better.
Yeah, exactly.
Just having a bunch of herbs that you're smelling.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
So we've got something, we're very fortunate to have that. So that's the history there. Did you guys know that story already? Some of you did, some of you didn't. Okay.
Awesome. So you can let your friends know. So it's really effective. We have a lot
Amaze
of research.
your friends.
There's a lot of research too, actually, and I've put a few links here. Read the research. It's really exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of research with On Guard.
Yeah, very exciting. Okay, so like I do usually, we'll go through the body and the mind and then the spirit. So for the body, for your occasional sore throats, you know, just mix a tablespoon of water and then maybe 1 drop, and then gargle for a minute, and then you can swallow so that the rest of your throat is lined with that On Guard oil. Or you can mix 2 to 3 drops of On Guard, 2 drops of lemon with honey or agave, and then you can eat it during winter time.
Now, I just want to say, for a lot of these blends, you can add oregano to it.
No, you can't.
You can. It'll be spicy, and
if you want to grow hair on your chest, right?
I like the spicy. A lot of guys, they like, you know, if it if you don't hurt, it's not working.
Oh yeah. So if you've got those men in your lives, if they think they have to hurt to get better, then go
That's
ahead
what
and
JT.
add
That's what
oregano.
JT did. Huh? He
Oregano.
added On Guard to it. See?
Yeah.
And thyme. Thyme's
Oregano.
another one. Isn't it about time?
So you can eat that during winter time. So all the people in the southern hemisphere, they're going into winter. That'll be great for you guys. But you can gargle water with the On Guard and lemon. You can do it on an hourly basis if you have scratchy throats. So for me, I can't sleep when my throat is hurting. So you have your glass water bottle and you've got your On Guard and lemon in there, and shake it up and drink it throughout the night, and it numbs it, and it just helps you stay asleep. Yeah.
Megan showed me a really cool blend when she was here with she took hot water, but what is it, On Guard and frankincense?
Yeah, it's 1 drop On Guard, 1 drop cassia, and 1 drop frankincense. It's my immunity chai tea. So
Yeah.
Chai tea.
Oh, she makes all of these blends that's for herbs. So you can put it in your cooking. She has the Italian blend, and it's like great idea.
Excellent.
Yeah. So you guys can do that. I didn't think of and there's a little yes.
Oh, you got a
Pipette.
dropper
Drop it, yeah.
already for your drink spiking.
Yeah. Well, no, you can cook with it, and then instead of your herb,
Instead of the herb.
yeah.
Oh.
So your Italian herbs and stuff, she can just squeeze it in, and then that's the flavoring. So that's another option.
I bet it has oregano in it.
yeah, I made Chinese 5 spice actually. I ran out of Chinese 5 spice. I was like, can I make this with essential oils?
Nice.
And I did.
Wow.
It's cardamom, fennel, and something else like cinnamon or something weird. And I was like, wow, and it tastes really good on cauliflower rice. So
Yeah.
Chinese
Very
5 spice.
good. Very good, guys.
Thank you for sharing. That's cool.
That is something we might start doing too. All right, you learn something every day.
We just have random essential oils in the kitchen.
Okay, the immunity blend. This has been a very popular blend for my family, and we used it for years until doTERRA came up with the On Guard Plus. And I don't even know if we put the On Guard Plus on here yet. But we still do this if we want to make it into a roller bottle. So 5 drops of On Guard, 4 drops of oregano, 3 drops of frankincense, and 2 drops of peppermint, and then 1 drop of lemon. So if you want to make it into a veggie capsule, that's what you do. But if you want to make it into a roller bottle, you want to swap out the lemon for arbor vitae, because if you're rolling it on your skin, you want as few citrus oils as you can. So arbor vitae is very powerful. And roll it on the bottom of your feet. So this October will be 8 years since we started doTERRA, and we haven't taken our kids to the doctors. So
I just recently saw that doTERRA celebrated 10 years.
10-year birthday.
Is that true?
Yeah, so we joined after they started 2
10-year
years.
birthday.
Yeah.
So I'll swallow a drop of essential oil to celebrate. To commemorate the
Today.
birthday.
Woo! Yeah.
Okay, I have a question.
Yay.
Why do you want to put as little citrus oils on your skin as possible?
Yep, so it's a good question. We often talk about that is because of the photosensitivity. If you put your skin directly under UV light or direct sunlight, it could cause burning or just sensations.
And that includes tanning beds.
Yeah. So, but it usually, if you take it internally, it doesn't do that. But if you do it topically, it might. But not all the time. But if you have direct sunlight, yes. So you just want to be careful with that. So we roll the roller ball on our kids' feet every morning. We have 4 kids lining up on the bed, and then we just roll it on, and it's sort of like a conveyor belt of work. But they put their socks on, and then they're off to school. So it's been really powerful for our family. So instead of the chai tea, or there's another way we can do it, which is just the steaming cup. I don't know if you have done that before, but I've had to do it one time. And it was very helpful. You just have a box of tissues next to you, and then maybe a towel over your head, and then you've got steaming water, 2 drops of On Guard, 1 to 2 drops of Breathe on there, and then just inhale it just to help open your airways and help support your lungs. The On Guard helps with your lungs too, but that way, you know, you're getting all of that goodness inside of you very quickly as you inhale. And then your nose will start running, and of course that's why you need those tissues. Okay, so do that during the winter times, or the times that you feel like you're coming down with something to support your immunity.
Yeah, it sounds like something that would help with congestion.
Yeah. So lucky for us, we haven't had to do that very often. I did it just the one time, but you know, just for those people who have just started doTERRA, you know, this would be something you want to try if you are coming down with something, okay? All right, so super cleaning. On Guard is amazing for all sorts of different cleaning. So you can add it to your spray bottles. We already have the On Guard cleaning concentrate. So if you just use 1 or 2 tablespoons of the cleaning concentrate and you add it to your spray bottle, you know, you might end up making about 12 spray bottles, you know, with that On Guard cleaning concentrate. So it's very, very cost effective. So it works out to be maybe $1 something, $1.15. But you know, you can't go to the store and buy even a spray bottle for that price. So it's a pretty good deal, and it's all natural. So you don't have to wear gloves. And if if your kids put food on the table after you've wiped it, not a big deal. Okay, that was my thing as a school teacher. I hated the fact that the cleaners would clean it with all these chemicals and would come in the next day, and then the students will touch the table and they'll lick their fingers and stuff. And I know what's been on that table. So, you know, afterwards I decided, no, and you know what, I would just do the wiping myself, and let the cleaners do the vacuuming and dusting. Yeah. Dishwasher, we put On Guard in our dishwasher to give it that extra clean. The laundry, we do have the laundry liquid already, but sometimes I put extra in for extra smelly rags and stuff. Mop water, one of my girlfriends, all she did was just use really hot water and then her citrus oils. But why not the On Guard too, right? And she said her tiles came out whiter than any other product she's used. So that was exciting. So for those icky, sticky things that really need help, we can use baking soda and On Guard to scrub around the house, and especially near the areas where you have mold. The clove is fantastic for the moldy areas, okay? And it can be a pre-wash stain remover. Do you know that? Yeah, so.
Or you can use vinegar and the On Guard cleaner concentrate in your bottles.
That's right. Have you guys cleaned with On Guard? Oh, I know Megan, she cleans her yoga mats with it. She just sprays it and wipes it down, and we're good. That's really important, especially at the gym.
Anybody have any other tips with cleaning? Our kids just go around the house with
concentrate.
So we got a glass bottle that has concentrate and vinegar in it.
Yeah.
And the rest is just
for
water.
glass and windows and stuff, yeah.
Glass, windows, toilet bowls.
So some of the feedback I've gotten just with like GT's family is they don't really like the smell of On Guard because it's not that like pine fresh or whatever. So sometimes, you know, I'm a concoctor. So I've made different recipes that will smell good. Like On Guard and lavender smells amazing for some reason. And then adding like Douglas fir or cypress and lemon sometimes we'll give it that like piney fresh smell. So if people maybe don't like it, or for laundry detergent, I'll do Purify and Balance. And like the combination of the smells kind of smells more like your traditional chemicals.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. I hope everyone's taking notes.
Clever trickery. We like that.
I like that, you know, because they want it to smell like
They
pine
will
sol.
think it's bad, but it's really good.
Yeah, people like the pine sol because they have that association, right? Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. That's all it is. It's an association. When things smell like a pine tree, it's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because pine trees are clean, right?
What was that, Stacey?
I'm glad she said On Guard and lavender. I just told my mom that, and because she said the same thing. And I said, well, did you try, I know she loves lavender, so I said, well, did you try lavender with it? I know we've added a couple different scents to it because, like Megan said, like purify and balance. And so I was like, just try that. It's making it smell really good. And she's like, lavender? So somebody else backed up that.
Yeah, that's cool because I didn't think lavender either. So there you go.
It smells so good together, seriously. Or like On Guard and Serenity, it's thebomb.com.
Love it. I'm going to try it later. Okay, so great for cleaning, guys. Insect bites. Apply it to bee and insect stings to neutralize the toxin and to soothe the skin, because your skin can be really reddened and inflamed, and it'll help it go down. So that's another one to use if you don't have Purify. Okay, so teeth and gums. We've had miracles. So you can gargle it and brush your teeth. If you want to put it on your toothpaste, but we already have an On Guard toothpaste if you don't already have it with no fluoride. But some people want to put it extra. So you want to, if you have like dental concerns or toothaches and stuff, you want to swish with about 5 drops of On Guard and water just to help your teeth and gums there. My auntie, this is a very powerful story. Her tooth was falling off, and it was a front tooth because she has very bad periodontic disease. And her doctors said that she might have false teeth, and so she freaked out and she didn't want that. So she came home and she did the oil pulling every day to use her On Guard tooth paste, and I think she used it for a couple of months, and then her tooth reattached itself. And she said it was just almost dangling there, but it reattached itself, so the dentist was shocked.
Can I just add a really good, like if you wanted to add anything to that one, would be clove. Clove is really good for gum and teeth.
Yeah,
health.
that's right.
So, and On Guard has clove in it.
Yeah,
but if you wanted to kind of add an extra drop, and always oregano, just add to everything.
Myrrh too, right? Myrrh is really great for oral hygiene.
Yeah,
right?
myrrh too, right? Yeah, very good. She does. She has her oils. Yeah, but not oregano, guys, because it's hot. It's hot. On Guard will probably numb it. Yeah, or Melaleuca might be good too if you want to start mixing these.
Numbing is okay.
It's okay. It's a burn, right?
We're gonna make sure that oregano is the biggest selling oil.
Okay, well, go Ben.
It's about On Guard, Ben. Oregano next week.
So we're doing the O's.
Oh dear. Okay, so just toothbrush cleaning. So once in a while, you can soak your toothbrush in just water and On Guard oil. So do about 5 drops in a glass, and then stick your toothbrush in there.
So before doTERRA came out with a toothpaste, this is what
you tell my story.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell your story. So it's just baking soda and On Guard, or whatever
peppermint
thing you come up with.
Yeah.
That
and
was
so
a
we did
toothpaste
baking soda and salt, and the whole family just cried when they brushed their teeth at night.
Yeah, because all the other toothpaste at the store was Satan's toothpaste.
It was toxic. I never said Satan's. All right. So all the kids are like, ew, this is gross. But they brushed, okay? And then On Guard toothpaste came along, and they're like, hallelujah, thank you, Mom.
I think it tastes really good.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Have you guys ever experienced like the On Guard eating away, like if you have a plastic toothbrush? I'm like trying to find a wooden toothbrush, but like when
I've never experienced that actually.
No.
Well, I used to soak my retainer in On Guard solution, and then it started like eating away at the plastic. So I was like, maybe I shouldn't do this.
Yeah, maybe just use Melaleuca for that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's interesting. It does break down plastic.
It was
they do have the
wild orange in there.
I did get my kids the bamboo toothbrushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never.
That's when we go places. But at home, we have that electric toothbrush.
Yeah, I've never seen the On Guard react with our toothbrushes.
Maybe I just soaked it for too long. So
Well, we weren't soaking it. We just brush and rinse it off and clean it before we put it away.
The
I
retainers.
admire your efforts.
Daisy?
The retainer is also going to be a thin plastic because it's moldable and everything. So that's why it'll give.
Particularly susceptible to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So Tanya mentioned this earlier, but air cleaner. So it cleanses your air. So you want to put it in your diffuser, and you want to put it in your air. What do you call it? HVAC. What is it? And then the filters. When you're changing your filters, you want to put a little bit of On Guard on it, so that when the air goes through, it kind of puts the oil into every room. Diffuses the oils.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, diffuse it when you have visitors, when they come to see newborns or to protect the babies. Diffuse it after school when the kids come home. Diffuse it during the winter time in your home. Okay, you can diffuse it just to help freshen the air when you're cooking and you've got odors and unwanted smells. So lots of reasons for diffusing. So we regularly put On Guard in our diffuser. We have other oils here and there, but we do On Guard just to keep everyone happy and healthy. Yeah. But I'm really, I was very Nazi when we had our nieces and nephews. Our nieces are born and we just diffused whenever people came over.
And we like the On Guard smell, but I guess I like what Megan said about adding the fur oils to it.
That's really smart.
Make it deep, or lavender, what I found.
Lavender too, yeah. Okay, so reduce smoking urges. So if you've got friends who smoke and they have a hard time with that, you can just put On Guard on the tongue. We do have black pepper that we recommend sometimes to people, but here's another option. On Guard, in your mouth, on your tongue, to just relieve the smoking urges. And if you want to enhance it, add a couple of drops of clove. All right. Okay, so skin cleaning. So we've got skin concerns such as warts and other things that are just unsightly. So you can just put it topically. So just drop it on maybe half a drop. Use a toothpick and put it right on top of where you need it. And then you might want to just rotate with oregano and frankincense. And just do that. And we had one really big, massive one on my friend's daughter's hand, and it was only 2 weeks, and it was something that she has struggled with several times, burning it off. Spent hundreds of dollars, and it just didn't work. But this was effective.
Yeah, the so On Guard has a wild orange in it, and that's also what's used in the exfoliator. What do you call it? The invigorating scrub. Has that wild orange and and it helps to lift up those deeper tissues and get that dirt out of the deeper levels of the skin. So that wild orange in there is going to help invigorate the skin. And the Melaleuca is also very good skin oil, so I can see how this is a very good for skin cleaning.
Yeah. Okay, so my mother-in-law, she had a friend who had MRSA on her finger, and the doctor, on a pinky, he scheduled an amputation. And we're just talking one day, and I'm like, Mom, give your friend some On Guard and see how that goes before her surgery. And so she did it every day, and within 2 weeks, it was better. And by the time she went in, the doctor said, well, it's healed, so you don't have to chop it off. But I was like, that's kind of scary.
But the insurance paid for it anyway, so why not cut it out?
No. So look at that, it saved somebody's finger. So MRSA.
It's like a doctor would say, let's cut it off just in case.
Yeah.
That's a good story.
Yep.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
So for people who, I've had people who want to, do that, oregano burn off your mole thing or whatever. So could you maybe add On Guard to this? Would that expedite burning off your mole or what? I don't know.
I don't know if it will expedite it necessarily, but it does. It's very effective. We've had people with skin tags too. One lady, she had about 10 skin tags on her neck, and at the end of the year, she's like, "Yeah, there's one here, and that was the clove, and this one here, that was the immortelle." And she said, "I just tried different oils, and it just all came off." I think it's because of the fungus inside.
Also with the oregano, it can be a bit spicy. Like sometimes when you even just using a toothpick on a wart, it gets a little red around it. And so switching it off with the On Guard is a very good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe doing this blend, I can suggest that, switching off, because I think it has been kind of like getting like my friend who's using it.
Irritated. Yeah, the oregano is really hot.
Yeah, I would use the oregano, and then maybe when you need a break, try the frankincense or the On Guard.
Okay.
All of those are highly antimicrobial.
You know what we mean. Okay, so carpet powder, I've done this lots and lots of times. I love it. Just do about 15 drops of On Guard. And then, like Megan said, add some of your pine oils to it to make it smell fresh and clean. And then mix it up with cornstarch or actually
Baking powder.
Baking powder too.
Is that what you meant to say?
No, there's baking powder.
Either or.
Yeah,
Okay.
some people use baking powder, some people use cornstarch. And then mix it and sprinkle it on the carpet. And then, someone said to rake the carpet and leave for an hour and then vacuum. And for micro clean carpet.
Amazing.
Yeah. The kids love doing the sprinkling.
So many things you could do with vinegar and baking powder.
Yeah. Okay, so for carpet, this carpet powder, carpet cleaning, you can actually, if there's a spill or something in your carpet, you can actually put On Guard warm water on there and then wash it off. If you have
Does that work
your
for
carpet,
gum?
yeah. There's the greasy, sticky things too.
Okay.
So we washed our carpet one time with a carpet cleaner. Yeah, and then in that liquid solution, you can add On Guard oil in there.
Oh yeah, you can you know how
The vacuum.
you can rent some of those steam cleaners at some of the local stores, and they sometimes will come with this highly toxic fume cleaner, chemical cleaner. So we just leave that stuff and we just use On Guard.
We use hot water and On Guard concentrate and On Guard oil, extra ones. And you know that water, it comes out really black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So using the On Guard concentrate in your
it's so effective.
What do you call it? Carpet cleaner.
Yeah, carpet cleaner.
It's really good.
Yeah. So that little water that you get after it vacuums up, it's amazing. So it comes out pretty clean, I think. Okay, so fingers and toes, before you go to a salon, or just to take care of your nails, you can put it on neat if you like. For more serious concerns, you can consider using Abavite, Manuka, and Melissa. So, we've had some really good stories where we had like 20-year toe fungus, and my friend, she would use these oils, and it kind of swollen a little bit because it's really hot oils, but then when it cleared up, it was amazing. Yeah, so.
And that is the Melaleuca is really good for nails and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So On Guard's got that Melaleuca and
tea tree. No, it's rose eucalyptus. Sorry, it's eucalyptus, not eucalyptus, not.
Okay.
Melaleuca.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I retract what I said, but it would have been cool.
Cousins.
Melaleuca is also a really good one for nails, anyways.
Yeah, they're kissing cousins.
Kissing cousins. That's supposed to be green, blue.
Okay, yeah. So sticky, greasy spots. Just 50-50 mix of On Guard and purified water, and spray it into the oven's interior. So just leave it there for about 15 minutes, and you can wipe away. But you also have your On Guard concentrate that you can use now. You can apply just on stubborn, sticky things and like tree saps, and it helps it kind of break up and clean up really well. Yeah, it's been really helpful. All right, anybody with any questions or comments so far? Okay, because there's a lot of uses, as you can see. You can clean, just keep your bed sheets and upholstery clean. Just put 15 drops or so in 6-ounce spray bottle, and you can shake it and spray your room, your desk, your table, your sheets, upholstery, just to keep it clean.
And someone was asking
Do it in the
earlier
car too.
about you know how you can get spritzer caps for your old essential oil bottles?
Yes.
This would be a really great use for that.
It works out to be 40-50 cents a piece. We get it on aromatools.com. So that's really good. Okay, I used to make these when the kids were a little bit younger and they were more messy.
Wet wipes for their hands and stuff, yeah.
Yes, the wet wipes. They're not so messy anymore, but it was something I made. So just use those really thick, good quality paper towels. There's some really good brands out there. And then take them apart and wet them. And just put your On Guard oils in that. And put it in a Ziploc bag or in one of those used baby wipe containers. Okay, so you can use it to wipe doorknobs, the shopping carts, things in public. If you're going to the
Sticky
gym,
hands.
wipe the equipment. For classrooms, if you're going out to classrooms, desks, tables, where lots of kids can handle the toys and things. Yeah, we did a lot of wiping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever the kids borrow your phone, it comes back sticky. I'm like, what? Are your hands always sticky? I don't get it.
Yeah. So those wipes were very handy. So now you guys can do that if you have little ones, and even if you don't. I mean, that's
That's a great idea for the gym.
Yeah.
If your gym doesn't have those wipes
I
already.
don't like those antibacterial wipes from commercial.
They're evil.
Okay, so did you guys get some real good ideas there?
Anybody have any other cleaning ideas that
We haven't come up with yet.
you'd like to share with us?
Okay, so let's go to the mind. We have a few, not that many here, but they're pretty important. So On Guard is the oil of protection. Okay, and according to the Emotions and Essential Oils book, the negative emotions that it helps shift are attacked, unprotected, vulnerable, controlled, manipulated, susceptible to peer pressure. And the positive properties that we can adopt are healthy boundaries, protected, capable, integrity, dependent, reinforced, and strengthened. Okay, so here's a blend for you. Feeling safe and protected, 3 drops of On Guard, 2 drops of myrrh, and 1 drop of frankincense in your diffuser or your necklace pendant diffuser. And then your affirmation is, I am safe and protected. So feeling safe and protected physically helps your, feeling safe mentally, it helps your physical body create strong defenses. So the skin has a healthy thickness. The blood flows more evenly. The digestive system has healthy shields of bacteria and produces proper digestive enzymes. And the lung breathes deeper and fuller breaths. So you could tell, I've met people who have that sense of fear that's very prevalent, and you can see what they're feeling on the inside, and their physical body tells me information too. Sometimes people have very, very thin skin, and their breath is not as full, and anyways, our gut, our physical body will tell us what we're really feeling on the inside. When people say, hey, I've got a low immune system, that tells me about the level of fear that they have inside of them. Okay, so it's interesting. In our mind's eye, we look for ways to be empowered, and we have solutions for problems, and we look for faith-promoting actions to achieve our goals. So that's when we feel protected. Okay. So the opposite feeling of safe and protected is feeling attacked and unprotected and vulnerable and controlled and manipulated, susceptible to peer pressure. So in our mind's eyes, if we feel that way, we wear the glasses of suspicion and we lack confidence and power. And then we list out excuses for how we can't do things and why life isn't fair. So that's like a telltale sign of our deep feelings of fear and unprotected. So if that's you, make this blend up, the On Guard, the myrrh, and the frankincense, and mix it up, and then tell yourself, and then retrain your mind and change the way you believe and perceive the world. Okay, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay, and there's one more, and it's the healthy boundaries. It's 2 drops of On Guard and 2 drops Melaleuca, clove, terra shield, and oregano. See? And put that in your necklace diffuser and pendant or diffuser. Now, it may not smell like magic, but it helps you design a clearer boundary for yourself. And the affirmation is, I'm unconditionally loved as I honor my power to choose and allow others the freedom to choose too. It's funny, when we love ourselves and we respect ourselves, suddenly we allow others to respect us too. And then we actually extend that love and trust to other people. So many problems can be prevented in life when we become more self-aware. Okay, the self-aware means that we have a healthy self-love and healthy self-respect. And that comes from clarity of thinking. And clarity of thinking means we have defined our boundaries. So some of us might not intentionally have clarified our boundaries. We just don't think of it, and we just react. And we can stop reacting now. The boundaries is like a set of values we are comfortable operating in. So, find out who you really are and what you like and what you don't like, and then learn to communicate those. Otherwise, you'll have all these negative feelings and you're just going to blame people and situations for it, when in reality, you have the power to change that.
Assertiveness.
Mm-hmm. But you don't know how to be assertive unless you know where you stand and what you like and what you don't like. Instead of whining and complaining about so-and-so being mean and taking your time, taking whatever, you have to decide that this is you and you allow it, actually. So I have 3 tips for those people who want to create healthy boundaries. The first one is to clearly write down what you want and what you don't want. Okay, how you want to operate your life. Okay, in all areas. So there's many forms of boundaries. There's time boundaries, there's space boundaries and relationship boundaries, and there's more. You can think of some more. And then number 2 is allow yourself to be safe and loved by yourself. Okay, and within those healthy boundaries. So that means you don't beat yourself up when you mess up just a little bit. Okay, we don't have to dig in and pour vinegar into our wounds and things. You don't do that to yourself, and suddenly you're not afraid of other people doing that to you. Okay, so when you honor and respect yourself, others will too. And if others don't, then you are unattached to their choices. You still love yourself and respect yourself, even if people are not loving and respectful. That's their stuff. Okay, so you can still be happy no matter what people choose. That way, I feel very liberated, and I operate and I honor myself as I go through life. Okay, so the number 3 is practice saying no kindly and lovingly to yourself and others. So it's difficult when you've learned to say yes so much. We say yes because we want people to be pleased, and we want people to be happy, because when they're happy, we're happy, right? So it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be that attachment. Okay, so we can still be happy no matter what. Okay, what do you guys think? Does that make sense? Got ideas or things in your head that's coming up and ways for you to apply that? Any thoughts? So I used to have a lot of candida, and for me, candida is about allowing fungus and things to get into me, okay? And when I learned to set boundaries, guess what? I started healing because my body started producing the immunity and shields that I needed. Okay, so I wrote here, when we are sick and unhappy, it's a sign that we have allowed outward things to become part of us. Okay, this is why people exposed to the same viruses or bugs or whatever, they react differently. So you're thinking, wait, all of us was in that room, we all ate the same food or whatever, and then all of these people were sick except for so-and-so. Okay, and what makes that person different? Okay, and it is that person's internal defenses, feeling protected within this at the spiritual level. Okay, and so some people have a stronger immunity and they don't catch stuff because of that. And I've been sharing this scripture with people for a while, and I'd like to share with you tonight. It's in Mark 7:18-23. And it reads, and he saith unto them, are ye so without understanding also? Do you not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him, because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goeth out into the drought, purging all meats. And he said, that which cometh out of the man, that defileth the man. Okay, so I feel like whatever is from your heart, the fear, or whatever. So it says in 21, for from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders, thieves, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, love, vicious, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. Okay, so all the crazy things we think about, that makes us have that negative energy. Okay, and all these evil things come from within and defile the man. Okay, so I have seen this over and over again. I've learned this lesson that, it's from within us. So we can't blame and live passively and say, well, I caught a bug. And sometimes it's because we have such negative energy, we vibrate where disease vibrate. Okay, so when you are high vibrating with rose, with love energy, you really have a hard time getting sick. Okay, when you're happy and you're restful and you're just full of joy and life, it's very difficult to get sick. And in fact, your body starts to heal in so many different ways. Okay, so when you're down and you've got stuff, it's very easy to blame, but take an inventory within and say, hey, how am I doing spiritually and emotionally, and then try to raise that vibration. So it all boils down to faith, right? The feelings of trust in a higher power that helps us feel safe and protected. So that higher power is here for us no matter what the trials are. Trust that it's all for our own good, progression and learning. Okay. So when we live with that heart of gratitude, it really helps us feel protected. And I'm grateful for the On Guard because it really helps us remember that we should think that way, think safe, think protected, think powerful. Okay, so that's the end of our On Guard discussion. So we have the handout here. Okay, so that you can download and print. What do you guys think? Is that helpful? I see your mouth moving, Linda. There, unmuted.
Oh, I just said, yep, it's definitely helpful.
Awesome. What's one thing that you liked there?
I liked all the different suggestions of the ways that you can, things I never thought of how to use On Guard, and both the health stuff and the mind things, different things. There's so many ways to use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorites. I don't go any place. I mean, I have it in my little keychain thing. I have the On Guard with me.
Yeah, me too. Anybody else?
I just like, I mean, I like some of the things that were here and then we carried around with us, but Jaden and Ethan carry their own hand sanitizer with them. And then people at the restaurants ask, like, what is that? And, you know, she's like, it's a hand sanitizer and a booster our immune system. I just don't like this stuff that has toxins in it. My body can't handle it. They're like, oh, okay. So, you know,
like our
like,
kids.
what is that?
Last month they all requested hand sanitizer, so we bought 5 so they could all have one to carry with them.
Yeah.
We have like extra on our shelf because they keep on.
They disappear. They grow legs.
Yes, yeah, they do. They do. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining us, you guys. Anyone else want to say something? All right. Well, we can end our call here. Thank you.
And the On
Recording.
Guard.